Hello everyone, I am going to show an upgrade to CZ P09. For trigger pull improvements, it will be the same as the CZ P07. I got both CZ75 SP01 and CZ P09. I have to say I spent a lot of time with the SP01. I changed the hammer spring, the hammer itself, and the size as well as the grips. But the target shooting is still not as good as I wished. The result is even worse than that of the new P09, which is right out of the box. So I would like to modify this P09 a little bit to see if I can get a better result. And these are the spares I just purchased. The reduced power hammer spring is the key. Also with the other parts related. I'm going to introduce those later. Before any modification, let us see the initial trigger pull. It is 9 pounds 10 ounce for double action and 3 pounds 12 ounce for single action. Now let me change the hammer spring. Super easy. Press the hammer strut against the table and push the pin out. Take out the hammer spring. Clearly, we can see the new one is much softer. Change the spring and put it back. Now to check the trigger pulls again. £8 13 ounce for double action. 2 pounds 15 ounce for single action. Bingo. Since the strength of the hammer spring is reduced, in order to ensure reliable firings, a new firing pin spring is needed as well as an extended firing pin. This is a new firing pin spring and new firing pin. It is a little bit longer than the factory firing pin. We can see that later. And also there is a trigger returning spring. And there is also a firing pin returning pin. This one will not contribute to the trigger pull, but will improve the durability of the firing system. Also, the package includes a light plunger spring. I really don't know how much this one can help. Now let's change the firing pin and the spring. Disassemble the gun like a field strip. First, to remove the original firing pin returning pin. It is easy to remove the original one since it is soft, and that is why it should be replaced. This one is new and with no sign of wear, but it can be discarded after usage. Then we can push the firing pin plunger to disassemble the firing pin module. Now we can see the new firing pin is a little bit longer, and the new firing pin spring is much softer and weaker. Same as the new plunger spring. Much softer. To reassemble, first put the plunger spring in and make the flat surface towards to the other side of the gun. While pushing the plunger down, insert the firing pin with spring. Make the flat surface face to the top of the gun. The new returning pin is much harder and will last longer. Make sure the gap facing to the top of the gun. Also have to push the firing pin in the meantime. So far, the firing pin is done. Finally, to install the reduced power trigger return spring. It seems pretty easy too. Knock the trigger pin out. Very small effort needed since it is a polymer frame. Have to be careful of the original spring. Now the trigger is kind of free but not completely removable. Again, we can see the comparison of the two trigger springs. Then push the trigger pin halfway to fix the trigger position. And use long nose pilers to push in the trigger spring. Once the spring is in position, push the trigger pin further to lock the whole module. Make some adjustments to make it as good as possible. And now, it's all set. Put everything back. To test the trigger pull again. £8 6 ounce for double action. £2 15 ounce for single action. The numbers are good, but the feelings are even better, believe me. Now it's hard for me to wait for rent time to check the gun, so I just use a spand shell with a primer. Here we go. Bingo again. Very happy. And thanks for watching.